Masya. My name is Mutiara. So excited to be here. I absolutely adore Emma.
Hello Masya, I am happy to join podcast. Always a pleasure to discuss Einstein.
Hello, I am Dwi. I'm just finished reading Emma for the first time. I am still processing the book, but I have thoughts.
That's so exactly we love to hear. Let's start with a quick summary. Irham, would you mind giving us a brief overview with Emma?
Of course, Emma centers around Emma Woodhouse, a clever and healthy young woman living in a small English village. She fancies herself a matchmaker after successful pairing her governess with a widower. And correctly that she tries to arrange a match for her friend Harriet. But things don't go as planned. The novel follows Emma's emotional growth as she learns that love, social class, and human relationship are more complex than she thought.
Perfect summary. Muti, you mentioned you love Emma. What makes it stand out to you among Austen's other novels? Honestly, it's the humor. Emma is flawed, but in a very human way. She's well-meaning but meddlesome. The novel is witty and full of irony, and Austen's narration is sharp. And of course, Mr. Knight. Honestly, it's the humor. Emma is flawed, but in a very human way. She is well-meaning but meddlesome. The novel is witty and full of irony, and Austen's narration is sharp. And of course, Mr. Knightley, their relationship feels earnest and realistic, which makes it so satisfying. Jella, coming to you as a first-time reader, what was your impression of Emma as a character?
At first, I found her a bit annoying. She's so sure of herself, and I kept cringing at how wrong her matchmaking was. But as the story went on, I actually started liking her. She matters a lot. By the end, I appreciate how Austen allowed her to grow without punishing her harshly. She gets to evolve and still find happiness.
That's a great point. Austen herself said that she was creating a heroine one but myself very much like Emma is accomplished. She don't suffer externally, but her inner growth is what matters.
Wow, interesting. Let's talk about themes. What stands out most?
Class and social status. Certainly, the novel critics how people are that very well understood. There's also a strong depth of self-awareness. Emma misread people because she doesn't fully know herself. It is a subtle but powerful air of personal maturity.
And love, of course. Not just romantic love, but love between friends, between family. Austen explores how love requires humility and insight. Zella, was there a moment in the book that really changed how you viewed the story?
Yes, when Mr. Knightley scolded Emma for mocking Miss Bates, that scene hit hard. It shows me that Austen was not just writing a romantic comedy. She was saying something about kindness and empathy.
Exactly. Final question, would you recommend Emma to modern readers? Absolutely, it's timeless.
Yes, it offered depth and charm in equal measure.
I would, but I do also tell people to be patient. It gets better as it goes.
That wraps up our discussion for today. Thank you Muti, Irham, and Jella, and to our listeners. If you enjoy this episode, don't forget to follow and share. Until next time, happy reading! Welcome back to conversation going a bit longer. There's still so much to unpack in Emma. Let's talk about the character. Beside Emma and Mr. Knightley, who stood out to you all?
Oh, Miss Bates. She's such a heartbreaking figure. At first, she seems like comic relief, talk so much and repeat herself, but Austen treats her with so much empathy. That moment when Emma mocked her, it's brutal, but also one of the most important turning points. Agreed. I didn't expect to feel so much for her. And Harris too. She is sweet and kind, but so easily influenced. I kept hoping she would stand up for herself more.
From Crucial is fascinating. He is charming but irresponsible. He represents the kind of superficial attraction Emma is drawn to at first. It's only later she realizes depth of character matters more, which is why it plays the right mode.
Speaking of Knightley, let's talk about the romance. Some say it's one of Austen's most mature love stories. What do you think? Absolutely, what I love is that Knightley doesn't idealize Emma. He sees her fault and still loves her. It's a relationship based on respect and trust, not fantasy.
Yeah, I like that they challenge her. Sometimes a bit too stern, but it helped her grow. It was not a love at first sight thing. It was earned.
Their romance is more about intellectual and moral compatibility than passion. It is subtle
Beautiful
but
said.
powerful.
Now shifting a bit, what about Austen's writing style? Her use of free indirect discourse, for example.
Great topic. Austen was a pioneer in using free indirect discourse. The technique where we are inside Emma's head, but the narration tie in the person. It allows readers to see how Emma perceives others and how wrong she often is, without Austen having to spill it out. It is brilliant and very modern in its effect.
That's why reading Emma is reading. You get all the hints Austen drops, like Frank and then Fairfax, sacred relationship. It's like a puzzle.
How do you think Emma connects with readers today? Is it still relevant?
Totally. I mean, have not we all misjudged people, or thought we knew what's best for our friends' love lives? Emma's mistakes feel very relatable.
Exactly, and in an age of social media where everyone's quoting reviews and opinions, Emma remains a
critique of ego, class, and illusion feel held up. Emma is in just a period romance. It is a mirror.
Wow, a great note to end on. Thank you all so much for your insight. I think we've shown the Emma's more than a charming novel. It's a sharp, rich exploration of human nature. Thanks, Masya. This was such a joy.
I learned so much. Now I want to reread the book.
Always happy to talk Osta.
And for those listening, if you haven't read Emma yet, we hope this episode encourage you to give it a try. Thanks for tuning into literary language. Until next time, keep reading with heart and curiosity.